Sure.
Guess I come up with one. This budget is what, 200,000 in the hole? Is that about right? That's my head, okay. Because I didn't see a total or something.
As far as using the grant payments from
I'm using everything you've got here, roughly 200.
that we would be using from reserves, which is coming from grant payments.
I use that. Everything, if you got it written down here, I used it. I had it in my head. There's no summary. I just summarized it in my head. We're in the whole 200,000. You shook your head right first time. That's all I did.
Anyone else?
Okay. Go ahead.
Last week you told us that you're losing 27% the intake line. Is that part of this going to fix that line?
In the distribution system.
Well,
It's
the
out, when it leaves the treatment plant, out.
Okay, but from the lake to here, I understood it was over 25% last week when you told us.
No,
And then another 25 on the other side.
that's what the,
That's news, I didn't hear that.
no, I mean,
That's what I understood last week.
no, the focus has been in the distribution system, meaning that once it leaves the treatment plant,
Yeah.
the amount of water that's lost from the service lines that are failing.
Okay. I understand that the intake line has defects, problems.
Yeah,
Is one of these projects to cure that?
no. It was in there last year, but it got replaced with when the filters came up, and then the distribution system problems and the problems with the intake pumping system have been priority.
Thank you, Dave.
But that, the money that came from the raw water line to do the filters, right? We had money set aside to do the raw water line.
In last year's budget.
Right.
We had it on.
But because the filters had been neglected for so long, that they became an emergency and that money was redirected.
Yes.
Clarification.
I don't want to call it neglected for so long, but I mean, they've worked.
Well, you were familiar with them when you served here the first time. You returned here in 2014 and never inspected them?
No, we returned and nothing had been done.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I understand nothing had been done.
Gentlemen,
But I'm just saying, he had experience, came here and never checked them.
well, they had also been inspected for 20 years and nothing done, so, you know.
I don't think it was 20 years.
So let's
A lot of money
go.
spent on it.
Yep,
Any
a lot
other
of money.
public comment? Any other public comment on the budget? Comment on the budget.
Right. How many tablets
What
have you
page
got?
are you,
Pardon me?
what page did you have a comment on?
Page, so 6 or whatever the page is.
Right,
Lower
bottom,
left corner.
left corner,
27.
okay.
I think it's 27. On tablets. How many tablets you plan to buy for $5,000?
3.
For $5,000? You got to be kidding. They're not that expensive.
Well, you asked the question, I'm sure if I was in this business and there's workforce tablets that are more durable, water protected, I would say it's probably, and I'm not a computer person, I'm sure it's not your Dell laptop from Costco that they'll be buying, something that will take heat and water and all those resistance, so I'm sure it's probably more expensive than a normal laptop that we would buy for personal use. I mean, that's just an opinion, so.
Well, my son, he was Palo Alto Police Department. They have tablets. They paid almost $500 a piece only, period.
Are they around water?
Yes,
Okay. Well, we
search and
could,
rescue and everything else.
It's just a budgeted item.
okay, thank you. All right, I'll bring it back up to the board for comments.
Just quick clarification, on the raw water, we were talking about leaching system leakage, and we didn't bring up this month, but The raw water meter, is it located where in the system? In other words, do we really know how much we lose in a raw water line between it and the plant or this tank? Or is that?
Yeah, we have to take the meter reading from the location down there at intake. Okay?
There's a meter located at the.
At intake, so we know how much goes into the line. And that meter has been calibrated in the last 5 years, so it's pretty good. Then we have a meter where it goes into the treatment plant here, okay? But then there's also the water that comes in from the wells that has to be deducted out.
There's no meter at the inlet to the tank. So we don't know what actually was delivered through the raw water line. We don't know what we lost from the lake shore to the tank. That's what I mean. We don't have that ability.
Well, I think you could with some math calculations, because you have a meter, I'll call it our cash register down at the lake. It brings the water out of the lake and over here. Then you're also putting some water in, let's say, from the wells that
I
are
understand
here.
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So
talking
if
about
you-
the raw water meter on the tank.
prior to the tank.
Yeah, the tank, okay, so we can't determine the losses on the raw water line from the lake to the tank.
If we have an accurate meter, going into the treatment plant, and the tank is just a high spot in that line, then we still have that. Because it's the only use of water out of that tank is going into the treatment plant. Unless somebody's, tying on outside the tank or something, which, but there are, the line does go all the way up to Gregoris Pond, Gregoris Lake there, and that line has been shut off. It's actually shut off at the Ranchito well number 2. So it's not charged going up over the hill, but, so, yeah, I mean, that's, we had a real run on leaks for a period of time, and bad ones. It was hard to fix, but.
Did he answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. There is no meter here.
Try 36%
Yeah.
last year.
So there was, so back to your question, there was a question about how much loss do we have between the lake and here? We don't know that then, what that loss is.
No, we have to run the report. We've got the data. We got the data.
Now, the next question is that part of our budget to fix that line?
No.
That's what I asked.
I mean, just long and short of it. And that was, if you look at page, if you look at page 27, the capital improvement program development at $40,000. That is to look at every single capital improvement project that the district currently has on the books that it's thought about in the past, and every one that we might need for the future, and go through the prioritization and put an actual engineer's estimate to each one of those projects, which means that they've got to do a little bit of preliminary, they don't have to do preliminary engineering per se, in other words, plans and specifications, but they got to know what kind of environmental impact, what